Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here, your source for gaming, tech, emulation, and open source news. Let's get started. Alright, we'll kick things off talking about a brand new N64 emulator. It's called Gopher64. It's written in Rust, and it's being developed by the same person behind Simple64. Interestingly enough, the developer listed 3 goals for this emulator. One is performance. They want to be able to use this emulator on their laptop. I'm assuming it's a lower powered laptop. They want to make it easy to use, and they also want to make it easy to work on. Gopher64 will be utilizing parallel RDP, and it's in very early stages of development. Right now, only keyboard controls are supported. Gopher64 is 100% free and open source, and if you wanted to check it out yourself, you absolutely can. I'll drop a link to the GitHub in the description below. Once you are here, click on Actions, and then click on the top action, and you should see a version here for Linux, Mac, and Windows. You will have to sign into GitHub in order to click on these links. Moving on, and we're talking about jgMES, which is a cross-platform NES emulator, and it does run in your browser. And it just got a brand new release. So at the time of filming, version 0.6.2 is the latest update. We've got some bug fixes and some minor improvements. They implemented the NES PPU's grayscale bit, which was only used in Noah's Ark. And they made the audio buffer size configurable instead of hard-coded. jgMES is 100% free, it's open source, and as always, link is in the description below. Next up, we're talking about Tomb Raider Unfinished Business, which was released on PC and has now been ported to the Sega Saturn. I'll drop a link to this trailer in the description below. Now, it's worth pointing out that everything you need to know is in that video description. Tomb Raider Unfinished Business was also known as Tomb Raider Gold and was released in 1998 for the PC. And speaking about PC, next up we're talking about the Steam Deck, and Valve has just dropped SteamOS version 3.4.11 with some nice firmware updates. So they fixed a weird issue where the power button presses could switch games to keyboard and mouse mode. They fixed an issue when the charging light would turn back on after being plugged in for a while after being fully charged. And they fixed a rare issue that would set the processor TDP limit too low. And that would cause the CPU and GPU frequencies to be stuck at 400 MHz and 200 MHz respectively, which is really low. Moving on, and we're talking about Unity, and I can't say I'm surprised about this one at all. John Riccitiello has stepped down as CEO. Now, John has been the CEO of Unity for close to 10 years, and this retirement is immediate. Now, this news comes fairly hot off the heels of Unity's controversial pricing changes, and then changing those pricing changes, and then walking back some of them, and then apologizing about them. So I can't say this retirement is at all unexpected. And I also can't say it's going to save face for Unity. I mean, there were some developers out there who didn't trust Unity after all of this. And I don't know if a CEO stepping down and retiring is going to save face at all. Next up, if you're a fan of anime and horror games, you may be a fan of this game here. It's called Little Goody Two Shoes, and it's a horror RPG that's PS1 inspired. And a brand new demo for this game is available. It's an indie game being published by Square Enix. Interestingly enough, it's a part of Steam's Next Fest, which is a celebration of upcoming games with a whole bunch of game demos between October 9th and October 16th. I'll drop a link to everything in the description below, and feel free to check it out. And speaking of events, next up we're talking about an event that's currently in progress. It's called Fire Emblem E3, also known as FEE3. It's a yearly event held by the Fire Emblem ROM hacking community, and it's been running since 2011. The schedule is posted online, and I'll drop a link to it in the description below, and I do recommend checking it out. It started on October 7th and runs until October 21st. And there are links to very helpful YouTube videos right here. So if you're a fan of Fire Emblem and ROM hacks, this is probably something worth checking out. Moving on, and we're quickly talking about the legendary Space Cadet Pinball, which has been ported to Android and just got a brand new release to version 2.5. This release contains some bug fixes, so if you've been playing it, you may want to check out the latest version. And speaking about ports, someone has kind of ported Halo into Doom. It's a Doom 3 mod called 2553. At a high level here, it's a whole bunch of fun Halo stuff in Doom, and it may be worth checking out. And last up here, we're quickly talking about Streets of Rage 4 Reignited, which is a mod for Streets of Rage 4. This one features a more aggressive AI with less cowardice, removal of anti-air from enemy moves that shouldn't have it, and more. This mod is currently a work in progress, but they did put out a video showcasing Blaze's combo demonstration. If you are interested, I'll drop a link to it in the description below. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. We talked about a bunch today. Let me know your thoughts about absolutely any of it in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate, save your state.